Hey everyone, welcome back. Right, I was having a look round at little wooden discs that you can buy, and I thought, oh, I quite like those, but never got around to ordering any. So these are my versions. They're fake pyrography, I think it's called. I think. Corrugated card. I think these were the inners out of one of the cat food boxes. I've cut them into 2.5-inch diameter circles, and I'm going to make some tags. So that's what I've been playing around with. Very simple, honestly. So I have got white, these are acrylic paint, so I've got white, and that one is called Golden Straw, just a yellow. I have actually got some grey here, grey sky, but I've had a play with it, and I'm thinking actually I'm just going to keep it to white. So stick some of that on there. Very simple. You don't need any. Oh, sorry. I've just noticed some. I'm thinking, where's that come from? But the paint is coming off this brush. Now, I made the mistake of putting the holes in first, thinking, oh, that'll speed things up. But actually what it does is it's knocked it off centre, or I have to be so careful about trying to get them lined up. So note to oneself, no, put the hole in last. Oh well, there you go. Right, that's just it's a bit of a landscape, I suppose. I mean, if you wanted to, you could brush it down so your brush strokes look like they're following. But honestly, most of it's going to be covered up, so I wouldn't worry too much. Okay, and then I am going to put a sun. So this is the yellow. Now on the last one, I put it sort of coming underneath the hills, and then I'm thinking, no, let's have one just off centre. Doesn't have to be big, certainly doesn't have to be perfect. Just enough to sort of go, yay, I'm here. Right, let's get rid of that one. Right, I'm going to do a couple. Actually, I might do 3. Let's do 3, always seems to work quite well. Let's just have some coming down here. I tried to cut these out with a punch, that didn't work. Well, the only punch I got was a 1.5 inch, and they were tiny. I'm thinking I'm not even going to be able to write names on the back of that. So I'll do it for that one. All this is to provide a sort of background. Right, now I can see where haven't lined that up with the hole at all. So let's just try and put a bit more in. Should we have a lump in the middle? Okay, that's that one, and then let's go. Yeah, it isn't. I'm sorry if my fingers are getting in the way, but I'm having to sort of hold them down. And maybe another one there. Yeah, so my punch didn't work because it was too small, and then I found a 2-inch one that wouldn't actually go through the card. So then I tried the Cricut, and I couldn't get it to cut all the way through. So in despair, I actually took the part cut shapes from the Cricut and cut around them, hence why the edges look a bit. That paintbrush, I think, has had its day. Okay. let's just do, let's put this one down here. There is probably a setting on the Cricut to make it work. I had tried it. I found one for corrugated card, which is what I tried. That didn't work. Let's put one over here. So in the end I gave up and I thought, old-fashioned scissors. And then I'm thinking, ooh, you can see all the bits that are coming off the side. I thought, well, actually, that makes it look like the piece of wood I was trying to make it look like. So that was fine. I could go with that. Right, I'm going to give these a quick blast just to make sure they're dry before I stamp on them. So I'll be right back after this. Okay, that's dry. Oh, I have got a bit of paint on the back. I like to think people think I know I care when I do. I give them homemade stuff. I like to think they do. Right, I've got some different tree stamps. These ones are Inkadinkado and they are called Woodland Wonderland. So those are the actual stamps themselves. And I've got a couple I've taken off it. I'm going to stamp them with Stays On Timber Brown. I'm thinking, okay, if these are supposed to be pretend wood burning, let's keep the colours as I want them, or brown, because you wouldn't normally stamp, you wouldn't normally carve, I don't think. Do you know, I've never tried it, so it's something I've looked at and then thought, nah. So I need to see. Put your hole in after. Right, let's try and keep this centre. Now he's gone off at a bit of a skew-if, but let's try. That one there. Okay, let's do a couple down here. I like the way you can just use bits of stamps. It took me a long time to realise that. I'm going to put another big one. I'm just going to use these little ones up while I've still got ink all over it. Right, let's try and get that one in the centre. So maybe coming off the edge. Okay, now I've got so let's try this one. Oh, that's not, I haven't used this one, I don't think. Let's move those out of the way. What do we want, the trunk or the top? I think we'll go for the trunk. Yeah, there's one. Okay, now this one, I've got drunk trees. Oh well. Let's put one slightly off centre, about there. And I'm hoping to be able to see the sun through it. That's that one. Alright, let's try a different one. This is another one out the same set. And right, let's go there. As I said, nothing fancy about these. These are very quick, very simple. And simply because I never got around to buying any of those wood slices or even trying it. Pigment Micron pen, this is an 02, which is so a very fine line. I'm just going to give the hills a bit of a definition. So if we sort of go... Now when I did it before, I just drew quite a thick line on with one of the Posca pens, and if I show you what happened, all you can see is the Posca pen and you can't actually see the trees. So it was like, no, lesson learned with that one. So that's one. These don't have to be perfect. I'm certainly not trying to make these perfect. All I'm doing is adding that little bit of detail that perhaps just gives you more of a clue, perhaps, what's going on. And we'll come down there. Oh, I'm liking those. And these really are gift tags for nothing. And at the moment, I think we're all sort of feeling the pinch a bit. Right, this is actually, I can't really read that name, walnut stain. I wanted something dark because I'm thinking wood bark around the edge of one of those bits of wood is quite dark. I didn't think Vintage Photo was going to quite do the job. So I am actually giving this a real sort of dark edge, but I think that finishes it off, in my opinion. It is quite sad. I hear so many people now when I'm watching other people's videos, and there are some cracking videos out there at the moment, and they're scared of having an opinion because they get slated. I think that's very sad. Right, last one. I'm just going to run around the edge and make sure I get everything covered. There we go. And last but not least, in my last video, I think it was, I couldn't work out what to do with these glitter jewels. That's just it. They make wonderful snow. Actually, let's get rid of that before I get paint on everything. So, appropriate, isn't it? Art glitter glue. I'm just going to add just a couple of lines of snow. Ooh, that one's going to be a bit more difficult. Maybe some up there. Doesn't have to be a lot. I just like a bit of glitter. Who doesn't love glitter, apart from when you knock it and it goes all over the floor? Right, I've just put some lines of glue on rather than so let's cover that. This is very coarse, big flakes, so you just get I don't seem to have much of an attention span at the moment. I think probably because of everything that's going on, and it's all a bit serious. Ooh, I don't think my walnut stain has dried. Right, let's get rid of the glitter. I've already spilt it all over the floor this morning trying to fend a cat off, and then suddenly realised I got the glitter pot in my hand. Let's move that out of the way. So I've got some 3mm ribbon. This stuff is, you know, like the bootlace ribbon. There's 1, 2, 3. Oops. One day I might get round to doing proper wood burning. I'd like to have a go at that, I think. The idea of... But it does scare me a little bit because once you've made that mark, I'm guessing it's... I'm thinking of all the bits of wood I'd probably get through because I didn't like this, or I didn't like something on it. Well, that's it. There we go, some very cheap but very individual gift tags. So there we go. How long did that take? 18 minutes, and that was start to finish. So if I zoom in a little bit, you can see them proper. Ooh, my hands look huge. There we go. Gift tags. Well, I hope you found that useful, or if not, it's given you some ideas. All right, you take care now, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye.